You and I fought till 11 last night. Next morning, Luna sat at the breakfast table, didn't say a word for 10 minutes, just stared at her cereal.
Stop. Don't pretend nothing happened. She knows. There's something more important you need to do in the next 60 seconds.
Wait, what? I was about to make pancakes and act normal. That's wrong?
That's the move 95% of parents make. And it's the one that quietly wrecks her trust. I'll give you the one sentence in a second. First, tell me what you already said to her.
Last night after the fight, I told her, "It's nothing. You heard wrong. Mommy and Daddy were just discussing something." I was protecting her, wasn't I?
You were protecting yourself, not her.
Okay, that one stings a little.
Stings, but it's true. She heard your voice hit level 8. She watched my face go cold. Then you tell her you heard wrong, and a war starts inside her head.
What kind of war?
Her ears versus your mouth. Which one does she believe? Eventually, she gives up on her own senses. She learns, what I feel doesn't count.
Oh my God. I thought this was a small thing.
The most damaging version of this isn't a bad person doing it to her. It's parents doing it with a for your own good tone. 20 years from now, she's dating someone who tells her, you're imagining things, and she buys it. Every time.
Because we trained her. When the adult says it's nothing, it's nothing.
Exactly. So when she catches us fighting, move 1 is not cover up. Move 1 is acknowledge.
Acknowledge what? I can't just say yes, Mommy and Daddy were fighting. That'll scare her more.
That is exactly what you say, word for word.
Amen.
Seriously. Line 1. Yes, Mommy and Daddy were fighting last night. Then pause. Look at her.
She's going to freak out.
She's already freaking out. That's why she went silent at breakfast. She doesn't need you to hide it. She needs you to confirm it. The second you confirm, her shoulders drop a little. Oh, I didn't hear wrong. I'm not going crazy.
Then what? You said one sentence beats pretending by 100 times. Is that it?
That's line 2. And this is the one. That wasn't your fault. Stay with me. Leaving the flan out is what causes the real damage. I'll show you why in a second.
Why would she think it's her fault? We were fighting about who didn't close the fridge.
Your logic is not her logic. When a kid hears her parents fight, the first thought is almost always, is this because of me? Especially if that same day she got in trouble, or refused dinner, or had a meltdown.
So she takes everything adult and pins it on herself?
Yes. And if you don't say it, she fills in the blank herself. Worse, she doesn't check with you. She just carries it, quietly, for 3 weeks. Then suddenly she's not eating, having nightmares, sneaking into our bed at 2 a.m.
Oh man. So that one line, that wasn't your fault, diffuses the whole story she's writing in her head.
Exactly. You don't have to explain whose fault it was. Just, that wasn't your fault. One sentence. Bomb diffused. And here's the part most parents miss. You have to say it out loud, not implied. Out loud.
Well, line 3.
Line 3. We'll work it out. We always do.
Isn't that just the generic thing adults say to kids?
No. That sentence is a map of the future. What she's most afraid of isn't the fight itself. It's not knowing what comes next. Are they getting divorced? Is mom moving out? Is dad coming home tonight?
She really thinks that far ahead?
She has classmates whose parents got divorced. She's heard the whole script already. Her little brain has a template ready. Your line, we always do, slipped the template over. Oh, a fight doesn't equal goodbye.
Hold on, let me repeat the 3. Yes, we were fighting. That wasn't your fault. We'll work it out. We always do.
100%. The order matters. Confirm, then to blame, then give the map.
What about older kids? 8, 10, 12? The ones who actually heard the content, not just the volume?
Good question. Stay with me. The most counterintuitive part is still coming. I'm about to tell you why performing the perfect marriage for her is actually the worst move. But first, let me answer that. Toddlers only hear volume. School-age kids hear contents. Dad spent money again, mom stayed up too late. Tweens, 10, 12 years old, hear detail. They catch the tone, the sarcasm, the things you said without saying.
So the older they are, the harder it is to cover up.
The older they are, the more you cannot cover up. Telling a 10-year-old you heard wrong is insulting her intelligence. She files it instantly. My dad is a guy who lies.
So, what's the tween version?
Upgraded. Yes, we were fighting. We were fighting about X. That's not your problem. You don't have to pick a side. We'll handle it.
You don't have to pick a side. That's new.
That's the heaviest load a tween carries. When parents fight, she gets drafted as the judge. Mom vents to her. Dad complains to her. Suddenly, she's an 11-year-old marriage counselor.
Oh man, I've watched friends do this. Their daughter is 30 now and barely speaks to either of them.
Right. So you don't have to pick a side. Has to be said out loud. The relief on her face will tell you it landed.
Are there any sentences I should absolutely never say?
3 nuclear bombs. One of these, and you set back a whole year. Stay out of grown-up stuff. This is all your fault. Your mother is just like that. Or your father, again.
Stay out of grown-up stuffs. My mom said that to me every week growing up.
Right. And now, 35 years old, you tell your mom nothing. See?
Okay, that callback is brutal.
Facts. Stay out of grown-up stuffs translates to, you are not a member of this family, you're a tenant. She grows up to be the one who keeps her family at arm's length.
This is all your fault. Okay, I would never literally say that.
You wouldn't say it straight. But you might say if you hadn't done X that day, Mom and I wouldn't have. Same impact. Prettier wrapper.
Yeah, I've said versions of that. Guilty.
Number 3. Your mother is just like that. Your father again. Turning your partner into the shared enemy, recruiting her onto your team. Feels good for 10 minutes. Long term, you're tearing off half of her identity.
Because she's 50% you, 50% me. Trash talk one half, you're telling her to hate half of herself.
100%. Write it down.
Okay, so after we acknowledge, do we put on a show? Hug in front of her, kiss, pretend nothing happened?
This is the most counterintuitive part. You don't need to perform a perfect marriage.
Wait, I thought she's supposed to see us make up.
She needs to see the process, not the performance. A fake hug she can spot from across the room. What she actually needs to see is, you two genuinely talked it through, found a fix, and an hour later, you're back to normal.
So we can make up slowly?
Slowly is better. Because this, right here, is the template for her future marriage. Whether she's 4 or 14, what she's learning from us isn't, don't fight, it's what to do after the fight.
Hold on, I need that one. She's not learning. Don't fight. She's learning what to do after.
Right. 30 years from now, when she's fighting with her own husband, the script in her head is the one you and I write tonight.
Oh man, that's a lot of pressure.
Good. Pressure means you'll take it seriously.
So what does showing the process actually look like? What does she need to see?
3 things she needs to witness. 1. You two are talking, not silent, treatment-ing through the night. 2. One of you goes first and says, I'm sorry I raised my voice. 3. You give her the headline of how it ended. We talked it through, here's how we're handling it.
Number 3 is new. We report fight results to the kid.
Report the outcome, not the content. We sorted out the fridge thing. From now on, whoever uses it, closes it. It's done. 1 sentence. Closes the loop in her head.
Because she heard the start. They're fighting and never saw the ending. So her loop stays open.
Right. You opened a story, you owe her an ending.
Okay, what about a real fight? Not the fridge, a money fight, a trust fight, and I can't do this anymore fight.
Big fight, move 1. Change rooms. Don't keep going in front of her. Then after it's done, come back to the same 3 lines. Yes, we had a big fight earlier. It's not about you. We need some time, but we will work on it.
We need some time or places we always do.
Right. For a big fight, don't promise instant repair. If you can't deliver, she'll lose trust. Give her the process script, not the outcome promise.
Okay, let me summarize. 1, don't pretend, don't say you heard wrong. That wrecks her trust in her own senses. 2, 3 lines in order. Yes, we were fighting. That wasn't your fault. We'll work it out. 3, for older kids, add you don't have to pick a side. 4, forbidden lines. Stay out of grown-up stuff. This is your fault. Your mother is just like that. 5, Repair isn't performing the perfect marriage. It's showing her the whole what happens after the fight script.
100%. Homework. Next time you and I fight and she catches us, no pretending. Use the 3 lines.
What if she caught us, but we haven't actually made up yet?
Then be honest. We're still upset with each other, but it's not about you, and we'll work on it. Honest beats performed by 100 times.
Got it. Tonight, I'm going to find Luna and add 1 line. Last week, when we fought, and I told her you heard wrong, I'm going back to correct it.
Go. She remembers. Just because she didn't bring it up doesn't mean she forgot.
Real quick, does this even matter long term? Like, is one fight really shaping who she becomes?
In 20 years, AI will write her resume, plan her trips, probably draft her breakup texts. But the one thing AI cannot do for her is repair a relationship after she's hurt someone she loves. That muscle she's only going to learn one place, watching you and me. Don't outsource it.
If any part of this hit a nerve, drop a comment with how your parents handled it when you caught them fighting as a kid. The honest version.
Next time you fight with your partner and your child overhears, don't say it's nothing. Crouch down, look her in the eye, say the 3 lines. 3 days later, you'll notice better sleep, fewer random meltdowns. She'll feel safer because she trusts what she heard. She doesn't need parents who never fight. She needs parents who fight and repair. The first one teaches her marriage is a fairy tale, and the moment conflict shows up, she'll think she picked the wrong person. The second one teaches her conflict has solutions. That is the most valuable lesson you can hand her, in any era. She doesn't need parents who never fight. She needs parents who fight and repair. The first one teaches her marriage is a fairy tale, and the moment conflict shows up, she'll think she picked the wrong person. The second one teaches her conflict has solutions. That is the most valuable lesson you can hand her, in any era.